Gotta dust off the podcast
The
skills,
vocal
dude.
cords.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to the Words
Mm,
from the Nerds podcast. Back like we never left, even though we did leave for a little bit after The Last of Us. It's not
decent
our
amount of
fault
time.
though, bro. Like after The Last of Us, it's kind of hard to just like try and find anything better than that.
Yeah, everything's stale after that, you know?
You can't come out with a show that crazy in the beginning of the year and then just expect anything to top it afterwards.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, we are back. I am your host, Aiden, joined by the co-host, the one and only Charlie. How
Yes,
have you
sir.
been?
I've been great, man, just trying to survive in this world filled with content that as we mentioned doesn't quite reach the levels of The Last of Us for us. Um just like Ben prophesized for The Mandalorian, he thought it was going to be better than The Last of Us, but look where we are now.
Dude,
Uh
and it's not even that it was that bad. I actually
I
enjoyed
haven't seen it yet.
Mandalorian season 3. Like
I haven't seen it.
it reminded me a lot of season 1 in terms of like grounded, just Star Wars story. Still very solid, but come on. You really thought that was going to top The Last of Us? Like, come on now.
um Speaking of Star Wars, actually, I've been playing the new Star Wars game, Jedi Survivor,
Mm.
which kind of broken a little bit. Just
Wow,
frame rate,
really?
yeah, frame rate wise and stuff like that. Like they put out a patch so far, but it's still really choppy in cutscenes and whatnot. But it's super fun. The actual
Yeah.
gameplay and the story is really fun, but everything else just needs a little bit of work right now. Um,
Mm.
but no, yeah, man, everything's been good. As you guys can see, we got a new format, a little bit of a new style where we have the bigger squares taking up more of the screen. Um,
You get more
yeah,
of our
there's
faces.
yeah, lots of fun stuff coming. And today we just wanted to hop in and kind of dust off our podcast vocal cords and talk about some news that we might have missed and that's happening in recent times.
Yeah.
We're regarding everything, nerdy stuff, movie stuff, whatever we can find.
Yup. Yeah, I've been gone for a little bit, been down and out. We got busy life. Life hit us. I've been trying to finish up these exams. I was busy last week. I was busy this week. Empty room, as you can see. No posters up, no Funko Pops, no Legos. About to move out. So like the end of this month is gonna be, busy, 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 having to get a whole new setup at my girlfriend's place. And so it'll be interesting, but the content will be a ton better. I can finally work on my own schedule, kind of start fresh and just kind of hit the ground running.
He can
And
scream loud as he
yeah,
wants.
yeah,
Doesn't have to disrupt
exactly.
anybody.
Same for this, same goes for this podcast. So that'll be fun. Yeah, last week I took a trip down to Corpus, got to see WWE, bro. Honestly, getting back into it has felt so like it's just been so much fun, bro. I loved it as a kid. Started getting back into it because I kind of liked some of the stuff they were doing. TikTok was shoving like edits down my throat, and I was like, okay, I think I should probably check out like what's been going on, catch myself up. And so I did, bro. And I easily like realized that it's like, because I was watching it back when I was like what 10 or 11. A lot has changed since then, a lot
Yeah,
has changed. And so now that I'm like in this world of like movies and MCU TV shows, things that I can appreciate, watching these storylines and like just pure entertainment and seeing it culminate in like wrestling, even though it's quote unquote fake, like seeing it culminate in a fight like that, because a masculine man is, I want to see a fight, but like it's fun to see like these storylines play out the way they do. It's entertaining as shit, dude. It's like watching a weekly TV show that just like that you never know what's gonna happen next, right? And you have your good guys, your bad guys, your storylines that you like more than the other. And so it's been fun. And during WrestleMania, I follow, shout out to the One Take podcast. I follow somebody off there. His name is Dex Hinton, I believe, and he was actually live tweeting WrestleMania. Again, never said a word about WWE, nothing. He's just like a movie guy, and he tweeted that watching WrestleMania, he said watching WrestleMania was like some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. It's like watching 7 amazing movies back to back. Like this entertainment is unmatched. And I was like, damn, like he's kind of spitting right here. Like that's kind of true. Now that I'm like wrapped into like the universe that is like wrestling, whether it's all these other brands, or whether it's WWE, it's very, very fun and very interesting. So that's been keeping me occupied. I bought tickets to go watch it live here in Texas. So I did that last week. This past week, Oklahoma, to kind of move some of my stuff out. So that's a little bit of the absence. But as Charlie said, we do have a lot to catch up on. Charlie, I want to know what's been keeping you busy lately, man. Like, what's been going on through your head and keeping you occupied these days?
Well, as we all well know, this past weekend, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 came out. And unfortunately, only one of us here has seen the movie, and that would be me. Aiden has been so very busy, he has not had the time to go and watch the movie himself. But he is seeing it tomorrow, and our plan is to have an episode out on the movie for you guys either
By at
tomorrow or
least
the
this
next
week.
day. Yeah,
Yeah.
sometime this week. We're gonna do a full spoiler discussion. Can't talk about spoilers right now because Aiden hasn't seen it. But just for a couple of my quick thoughts, I loved the hell out of it. A lot of people saying it's either their. I've seen some people say it's their favorite MCU movie. I've seen top five, which I don't fully agree with top five, but it's borderline breaking my top five, and I can understand an argument for top five MCU. To be honest, it has a lot of issues in some places, and we'll talk about that whenever Aiden ends up seeing it. Um, Maybe not a lot of issues. That's probably not the right. A lot isn't the right word to use, but um, just some minor things that I would like to change about it. But again, I don't want to dive too deep into it because I want Aiden to go in as fresh as he possibly can. But yeah, fantastic movie. I cried, not as much as I would have liked to, but I cried nonetheless. Seen it twice. I'm probably going to see it a third time just because it's that good. I know I always see MCU movies twice, but this time I don't know. I just feel like thinking about it. I think I need a third one.
Mm.
But yeah, no, and like I said, I was playing Jedi Survivor. Probably been keeping me a little bit too busy, to be honest. I need to start putting out more TikTok stuff again. Been lacking a little bit, but that's okay. We all have our dips. So, what I really want to talk about, though,
Mm-hmm.
what's been occupying my mind as of late, and this is just jumping straight into the news stuff. I want to jump straight into the Fantastic Four
Mm.
rumors that we've heard lately.
Yeah.
The most recent one of which, and Aiden and I talked about this a little bit before we started recording, it's been reported by a very credible leaker, My Time to Shine, on Twitter that it is locked in that Adam Driver will be our Reed Richards in the MCU. Aiden, I would like to know your thoughts first before I say my piece.
So I'm kind of cautious as to how I approach this because I texted you earlier and we brainstormed some ideas we can go over tonight, and you said, "Hell yes, I for sure got some words about that Fantastic Four stuff." And so um I can't lie, I saw it and I didn't immediately hate it. I need to go back to our fan cast episode, and I also do have something to say about the whole the thing situation. I don't know what's going on over there, or what they're thinking,
Uh,
but we gotta talk about that as well. Um, I didn't immediately hate Adam Driver. I don't think either of us said Adam Driver in our
yeah,
fan cast video.
yeah,
Um, we mentioned the likes of William Jackson Harper. Big dud right there because they just wanted to waste him for some reason.
yeah.
We talked about the likes of John David Washington, Stephen Yoon, who in Beef. Have you watched Beef yet? Have you got to watch
I
it?
did. Yeah, I did. I did. We did watch Beef. I just forgot
Okay.
to mention in the group chat.
Okay. We might have to talk about that later. I really do want to at least touch on it a little bit. Stephen Yoon, we talked about, and there's more that if you want to hear the whole list, go check out episode number whatever, fan cast, X-Men and Fantastic
Episode or
Four.
whatever.
Uh, Shameless plug, but we did not bring up Adam Driver. Now, I don't hate it. He's already dipped his toes into the little mouse overlord that is Disney that we worship over here on this channel. With his run as Kylo Ren, which one of my favorite Star Wars characters of all time. I got my little dog here, named him after Kylo Ren. So I love Adam Driver. Um, in this role, I think it's tough to say whether I like it or not, just because it's been talked about up and down the street of all of the possible people that could play Reed Richards. So to have Adam Driver, it kind of feels like we're settling, but I don't want to say that in like a mean way because I love the dude as an actor. But like, and again, I also don't know what happens behind the scenes. You know, maybe they did try to reach out to like um, Dave Patel. Maybe they tried to reach out to Steven Yeun. Even who was it that was locked in for a little bit? Diego Luna, I believe,
Yeah.
Andor.
Yeah.
Um, maybe they had some of these people slip out and they just didn't want the role. And Adam Driver um, took it perfectly. If we're going by what My Time to Shine Hello is saying, I don't necessarily hate it. I don't think it's a bad decision. I think Adam Driver is a fucking phenomenal actor. Um, I do just kind of feel like we're settling. If I'm being honest, I don't know. What are your thoughts?
You know, it's listen, there's a tweet going around right now. Someone saying like, "Oh, you guys clowned on John Krasinski so bad, and now look, we got Adam Driver." They're trying to talk down on Adam Driver.
Yeah,
I don't want to talk down on Adam Driver because Adam Driver, like you said, fantastic actor. I think he's going to do a fantastic job. I think he's a very
yeah,
layered actor, and Reed is a very layered character. Reed is an asshole. He's funny. He's smart. He's kind, compassionate. He's a family man. I think he can play all of that. It's just wasn't my first pick and wasn't your first pick
yeah,
either.
at all.
And so I guess it's just a little like okay. I mean, I'm not upset by it, which I guess is all I can really ask for. As long as they didn't do something really stupid, I'm totally fine with it. And I don't think this is the really stupid choice. I think this is like the safe choice. I
Mhm.
think that's the best way to put it. Like this is instead of like I don't know. I know everybody that when we were fan casting, we kind of threw out a bunch of other big name stars as well, or maybe not like huge names, but people that people would know.
Yeah,
And as opposed to that, now not now, excuse me, but as opposed to that, they could have gone with like some relatively unknown people, maybe like they
mhm,
used to do with like Thor and whatnot back in the day. But I think going with someone like Adam Driver is the rather safe choice. And it also let me preface to everybody out there listening, like we're not confirming this, and My Time to Shine is confirming it, but like that's all that it's confirmed. It's not actually confirmed. It's just what the rumors and the leakers and the insiders are saying is what is confirmed. It's not officially confirmed by Marvel yet at all. So, but
mhm.
just going off of how credible these people are, we wanted to talk about it a little bit. And I don't hate it, and I'm excited to see what he can do. But what I really don't like, maybe really is a strong word, but I very strongly do not like it so far.
Mhm.
The rumor that Margot Robbie is going to be
I was uh, I was just gonna bring it up. Also, I forgot my goat, my one and only. In a perfect universe, if this was our Reed Richards, I would die a happy man, Raul Coley. So
Yep.
Raul Coley, if you're out
Yeah.
here listening to this, if you're listening to our podcast, Raul Coley, you are my Reed Richards in my heart. Margot Robbie as Sue Storm.
I
Go for it.
listen. Again, another case of very great actor, very great actress, and but here's my hang up with this is that, and you might know more because you're more of a movie guy than I am. Um, but I just feel like every character I've seen her, I've seen her play very few characters that are
Mhm,
like I don't know if normal is the right word, but like they just like where they I don't know, they act with composure.
mhm.
But every other character is like she's Harley Quinn, she has a screw loose, you know. She in Babylon, I think she's pretty wild and out, right? I
I
mean I haven't seen it, but
I will say Babylon, I think, is my favorite role that she has ever played. I will
and it,
say that.
okay, interesting.
Yeah, I will say the her character in Babylon, I think, is my favorite role out of her that I've ever seen. And of course, we have Barbie coming up this year. Could also give
Barbie,
us like
yeah.
a little, but her in Babylon, like I'm not mad at it at all. She is wild and wacky and just like
Yeah,
all over the place, but she shows her chops like greatly. I don't see Sue Storm in there
yeah,
anywhere, but again, like yeah, that's to your point.
yeah. And that's my worry, I guess, because I mean, I think of things like the stuff I've seen from Babylon is what made me say that. But
Mhm.
I look at like Wolf of Wall Street. She's like the crazy, not so crazy, like she's justifiably crazy. Wife of I forget the character's name, but Leonardo DiCaprio's character in Wolf of Wall Street, and she
Yeah.
acts crazy in that. And even talking about Barbie, like Barbie, not necessarily crazy, but she also is like a kind of a Dutz like kind of thing. It seems like
Mhm.
they might be playing her. I don't know though. We've only had 2 trailers, so I'm kind of just making that up as I go. The only role that I was able to think of where she was like normal, again, I don't know if that's just the best word I can think of, was that movie with Will Smith where they were like con artists called
Mm.
Focus. That's the only,
Yeah.
and I don't remember that before. It's been so long since I've seen that movie, but I know she was also in Amsterdam too, right? And did you see that?
Yeah, Amsterdam, she was good, but then again, like that movie managed to make John David Washington and Christian Bale, like, not look
Look
that
bad.
great either.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we know that they're 2 of the
Yeah, they're
greatest actors of our
fantastic.
generation. So, like, Margot Robbie was really good, and, like, I think they all did the best they could with what they were handed, but what they were handed was, like, horrible.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Yeah, and I don't know. It's just I think she's a fantastic actress. I'm gonna still go into it open-minded if she does end up officially being cast, but I just oh, I feel so much worse about that casting choice than even how I feel about
eh
Adam Driver as Reed Richards. And
yeah.
someone pointed out recently because in the Guardians Holiday Special, when Mantis and Drax are trying to find Kevin Bacon's house,
Mhm.
it shows like a map of all the celebrity houses that they go to. Margot Robbie's face pops
Oh,
up on
wow.
that, and
Oh,
so
wow.
I guess Sue Storm just looks like Margot Robbie in the MCU if she's officially cast. But
Uh,
that's a small thing, I guess. Like I'm sure there's been other things like that in the MCU that we just brush over, but like I mean, what's I've
oh,
always referenced the
j
Civil War,
is
the woman from Civil
oh.
War.
No, I think you actually, misinterpreted that one.
I did. No, yeah. I
I
because
think
I
you
said she
misinterpreted
was.
that one. We've had this yeah, because I think we
Yeah,
had
we
this
did have this
conversation.
conversation. Yeah, it was
Did you
I
say
said
it
it
was
was
Viola
Violet.
Davis?
I did, but it
Oh,
was Alfre Woodward.
mhm.
She played
Well
that character and she was also in Luke Cage. And Luke Cage isn't
yeah,
officially in the MCU, sure, uh
yeah.
but yeah.
Well, Gemma Chan, she played, didn't
Yeah.
she play s it was in Captain
No,
Marvel.
yeah, she played no, I don't know, a Creed
Uh,
somebody in Captain
yeah,
Marvel.
and then she is obviously Cersei. Um, I will say I do also feel like this is kind of like,
And Michelle Yeoh was in
Michelle Yeoh as
Guardians
well.
2 and Shang-Chi.
Yeah, another safe choice, and I don't like but the difference is I don't like this one. Adam Driver, it's like, okay, like, I didn't really see it coming, but at the same time, I feel like deep down I did, and so I'm like, there's others out there." Um, I can tell you, I mean, we threw around for our Sue Storm, it was like Elizabeth Lail, Melissa Benoist, bro.
Man,
If
I forgot we threw
I
her out.
know, I know, and that is honestly the fumble of, like, this century to not have Melissa
Dude.
Benoist as your Sue Storm. A lot of people said, Emily Blunt, Amanda Seyfried, and Jodie Comer even,
Jodie
you
Comer,
know,
yeah.
who has kind of dipped her toes into that, like, like, in Free Guy. I really liked her in Free Guy. I
Yeah,
don't know.
truly,
I
yeah.
feel like Margot Robbie is just like the ultimate safe choice, but like in a sense that is really, really bad. And again, she could come in and absolutely kill it. I don't think this rolls for her. And there's a lot
Yeah.
of other people that I would rather see. Um, in this role. Raul Coley and Melissa Benoist as Reed and Sue. I think I would love that.
Speaking
Or
my language.
and you could do all types of variations of just Reed and Sue castings that I think I would like more than Adam Driver and um, Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
I yeah. So it's not horrible. Them two together like as a package deal, it's like all right, but you could have done way better. But I feel like either way, this cast was gonna get judged to the fucking
Yeah, true.
ground, anyways, just
True.
because of all of the fan casts we've seen. Um, and then we have Mila Kunis as the thing.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
I don't know
okay.
like how true that one is because I've heard like conflicting things. Um, I think it was My Time to Shine actually that said like she's not in for the thing, but she was in talks for something else, like
Mhm.
totally unrelated to the Fantastic Four. But I don't know. I can't remember if I just made that up or what. No, that's
I I don't know, bro. I mean, like, I don't know. I really
we're
don't know
yeah
what to think
no
about
yeah
that one.
we're. I feel like it's like we're getting into there was a lot of discussion about this on Twitter like the entire week that this was happening. Um, and obviously it's a very like touchy subject like you're talking about changing the gender of the thing and
Yeah.
like not that it okay I was about to say not that it necessarily needs to be a warranted change. I think it does to a certain extent. I've seen people describe it and I completely agree that like Ben is supposed to be like that big brother figure for Johnny, the
Mhm.
big brother that Johnny never had. um, Turn Ben into a woman, then it's just another big sister that Johnny already has. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, um, granted, she could be like the sympathetic sister, and you can make Sue an asshole to Johnny. I don't know, but I feel like that would take away from Sue and Johnny's relationship in doing that. But as much as like Johnny and Ben annoy each other, like that's their dynamic. They're like the brothers that love each other yet always try to hurt each other in some kind of stupid way, but
Yeah.
in a funny way more than anything. And same with Reed, and this one isn't so rock solid as say like the Johnny and Ben discussion about that I was just mentioning. I'm all fumbled today with my words, but Ben is like that super tight knit with Reed and everything like that. But granted, you could just say that Reed becomes really good friends with a woman, and um, that could be easily explained as well with if they were to go that way. But I feel like mostly what I don't like about it is that it takes away from Ben and Johnny's relationship, and I can't really speak to the dynamic of the whole team. I don't know the Fantastic Four that well, but from what I do know, Ben and Johnny are a lot closer than maybe some people give it credit for, and I
Mhm.
feel like that's why I almost didn't believe it the entire time that it was like a rumor that was happening. And I remember she was in an interview, Mila Kunis. I did see she was asked about it, and she said, "I'm not in the Fantastic Four, but I do know who is." And
Oh,
so,
really?
yeah, I think it was Discussing Film posted that. Let me find that.
Wow, I completely missed that then. Yeah, I'm looking at My Time to Shine Hello's tweet, and this was on the 28th. She said they are looking at Jewish actors, which awesome. And Mila Kunis is Jewish, which
Yeah.
that's you're checking the right box off there. It's just what you do after. uh, they are looking at Jewish actors, both male and female, for the thing in Fantastic Four. Mila Kunis is one of them, and so that's where all of this kind of stemmed from. After that, people on Twitter went insane.
Oh, I didn't realize that it started with Mila Kunis was spotted having lunch with the director of Fantastic Four. I didn't. I didn't.
Oh,
I'm reading that right now. Um,
and do you have a date of when that was, or like?
this article was posted April 30th.
Okay,
Um,
okay. I'm just trying to check the credibility of My Time to Shine, which I mean, she's been spot on for like the past 2 years. But if she posted that the 28th, and then she was seen having lunch with him the 30th, Huh.
Oh, sorry. It says the meetup was in February. I don't know why
Oh,
they're reporting on it right now, but
oh.
however, the TMZ getting into the action make all the speculation. She's quote not in the film at all, but she did give a sly hint, and she did know who was without naming anyone specific.
Uh, interesting.
She
I
said, "You, if you go to lunch with somebody that is also in the industry, you then start working together on according to the internet. We went out to the deli. We had lunch together, and the next day, I'm somehow in the Fantastic Four." That's
Jesus.
She then said, "I'm not in the Fantastic Four, but I know who is." And so,
Yeah, I think My Time to Shine like completely broke the internet because I didn't know TMZ reported on this.
yeah.
TMZ put out a tweet the day after that says Mila Kunis reportedly in talks to play Fantastic Four as the Thing. It says a new rumor has consumed film Twitter with the notion that Marvel might gender swap the Thing and hire Mila Kunis in the role. Oh,
Which
Twitter
again,
just
this
went
is
insane.
yeah, no, that was a crazy week. Um, and that's one of those things. Like, obviously, I'm gonna start with an open mind. I'm not gonna hate it right away. I'm gonna dislike it. I think it's an odd choice for sure, but I'm still going to watch it. I'm still going to try to be as unbiased as possible if that were the case. But again, none of this is confirmed. If
Yeah,
anything, it's pointing to the opposite now from what we've seen and what we've read. But one I wanted to talk about because I think you're going to have more insight on this than I will.
I think
Did
I
you
know where
see
you're
the
headed.
rumors about Johnny
Are you talking about Paul Mescal?
Paul Mescal? Yeah, I have
So
not seen anything he's in.
I haven't seen After Sun either. That was one
Okay,
film that I regrettably missed last year and have not watched.
okay,
Ben has watched it. I've heard a lot of amazing things about Mescal. I think the movie is even like one of the best movies of last year. I did, however, because I did want to bring this up because my number one is Rudy Pankow. I think there's no way in hell that Rudy Pankow should not get the role of Johnny Storm. I looked at their age though. Rudy Pankow is 24, so he fits the young, hothead Johnny Storm. Paul Mescal is 27, which
mm,
okay, it's
yeah,
still a little bit young, like I think Rudy Pankow just benefits from having a more baby face. Whereas Paul Mescal, you can kind of look at him and be like, yeah, I can tell you're about like 27, which no hate, and I'm not trying to slander the dude. I mean, Paul Mescal's a one handsome man, right? But
yeah,
uh, Rudy Pankow, I feel like kind of fits the role better. But then again, I can't really say too much about Mescal without having watched After Sun. I think he does play a big brother role in After Sun, though, which is like the crux of like the emotion in the movie. To like
okay,
this little girl, I think is his sister. I'm not sure. Um, which is like most of the reviews I saw was that After Sun was just like a beautiful emotional movie. So
yeah.
I'd have to watch After Sun first before I like slander this, but I don't hate it.
No, yeah, that I'm so indifferent about this one. Like that's and I like that because like every other choice I think I've so far like had not enjoyed. And so
Yeah,
just to be different on this one, I'm like, okay, like I'm cool with this. Like I
yeah.
like this. I'll enjoy this as to the best of my ability anyway. Uh, and so I mean if this ends up being the case, I'm excited to see what he can do because I mean, if he is cast, I'll probably end up watching After Sun. I know he's in a TV show.
I'm looking at it right now. Normal people,
No, yeah, he's in one called Normal People. Yeah, I might watch
The
that as well
Deceived. Yeah,
because Daisy Edgar Jones is in that too, right?
I believe so because she does come up with when you look him up, she does come up in there. So I'm not sure,
Okay,
but I will say like I think so. I think he might have even been nominated for an Oscar this year for his role in After Sun. I can't remember if I'm making that up, but I do want to say it was for Best Actor. Um, again, I'm not sure, but yeah, Paul Mescal. I don't hate it. Again, it's like compared to these other ones, that's the best goddamn thing. That's the best goddamn casting I've ever seen. So he is going to I just looked this up right now. He's gonna lead and play a young Shakespeare in Chloe Zhao's newest movie, Hamnet. So
Oh,
that'd be interesting.
okay.
Yeah. So he got a nomination for Best Actor for
Paul
After Sun.
Mescal? Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
And he has some Emmy nominations, and he even won Best Actor for the BAFTA for Normal People, and then was nominated as Best Actor for BAFTA and After Sun. So he got some accolades, and he's 27. He's young. He's a good looking dude. I think he can play a pretty good Johnny Storm. I'm not mad at that one at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. I mean, obviously this is all tentative like I mentioned before. Um it's all up in the air, and I'm excited to see what the official castings will be if we ever whenever we get those. Probably going to be Comic-Con.
Yeah.
Um but yeah. Oh, jumping on to a little something else. Um Very small one. Little palate cleanser, if you will. Um John Bernthal recently was at a shooting range, which there's footage of him, dumping a mag and reloading and everything like that, and we can only assume that it's he's training for whatever he might need to do in Daredevil Born Again, because it was recently confirmed that he is going to be reprising his role as the Punisher in that show. Which, yes, oh my God, yes.
Thank
Which,
God.
listen,
It's one of
listen,
those things, you know it's coming, but you're like, I don't know. Then
yeah,
again,
I need that confirmation. Yeah, exactly.
yeah,
Um, and I'm still iffy on the show myself. After the Foggy and Karen news, I'm like, I'm walking on eggshell, or they're walking on eggshells with me, with the whether I'm gonna like this show or not. Because, oh my God, Foggy, especially Foggy,
yeah,
was such a integral part of the original series, and Karen as well, especially in season 3. And so I just feel like it's a if you don't have them, if it's not, I know there's rumors that this is taking place like during Infinity War, the
mhm,
or right after Infinity War, and so like they're going to be dusted or whatever. And I hope that's the case, because I think that would it's like how we would love to see Peter Parker having a terrible life, watching
yeah,
Matt Murdock live without his friends. It would be that kind of similar thing.
yeah,
And so this show, like, as much as great as it is to have both Charlie Cox back and John Bernthal back, John Bernthal, who I think is one of the best castings for any comic book character of all time, like he just fits the bill for Frank Castle so damn well. Um,
mhm,
you lose so many points from, and Vincent D'Onofrio, excuse me, um, is also back. But you lose so many points for me taking away Foggy and Karen if it's
yeah,
not explained well. So
yeah. Just a huge bummer, dude. A huge bummer. I think even bringing back, I forget his name, but what do you call it, for Bullseye? Literally one of the greatest Marvel villains of all time, Poindexter,
yeah,
and Elektra, who was also a very key character in Matt's life in season 2, and again Foggy and Karen. And I don't know if I imagined this, but I swear I saw set pictures with Foggy and Karen. But I guess I did imagine it because I looked at
yeah,
Discussing
I don't.
Film and they said they're for sure like not in it.
Yeah,
Um, and that was March 7th, which again was a couple months ago, but it's rough, bro. It sucks. We got Bernthal, and I remember, didn't we get the news like the same day? It was like, oh my
yeah, it
god,
was
John
super.
Bernthal's coming back, and it's like,
Yep, yeah,
but no Karen and Foggy. God
yeah.
damn it!
It was so
It's
dumb,
it's
bro.
like we took two steps. We took, what is it? One step forward, two steps back.
Yeah,
Uh, it was rough. I mean, if they can find a way around it, I mean, dude, we don't even know how they're gonna. Are they doing a soft reboot? Is this some multiverse stuff? Like, did
yeah.
Daredevil get sucked into the MCU? Are they going to explain that they've been here this whole time? I mean, we don't even know what's going on with Fisk.
See, sorry to cut you off.
No,
See
you're
if you can
good.
find this. I feel like it fits the conversation. But
Hmm.
there was a rumor recently that they're doing something in the show that is specifically referencing something from season 1 of Daredevil Netflix show, which would therefore make it canon. Um,
Okay, let me see. It will say, or it does
I
say
thought that was
here.
super recent.
Okay, wait, no, it was just Foggy's girlfriend. You remember her from season 3, I think. Uh I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
reading.
the lawyer.
This was on March. Oh wow, never mind. This is from March 2nd, 2022. Oh yeah, I can't find anything regarding Daredevil news, at least not on Twitter. This is all from like 1 to 2 years ago. Um, let me try and look other places. Give me 1 second.
Daredevil Born Again will reportedly directly reference events of season 1 of Netflix's Daredevil. That's
Mm,
from Daredevil updates, so
yeah.
that's not the greatest, but
Well, I can't even say let's pretend like that that is true, because it's like that's a big if. That's like a big let's pretend, because it affects exactly what they're planning to do here, what they're planning to make this show about, and like what the whole explanation for all of this is going to be. Like I said earlier, is this a multiverse story? Did Matt get sucked into this universe, this MCU,
yeah.
or is this going to be a soft reboot? Because where they left things off season 3, I feel like it's only right you pick back up from there, man. You know, you can't just leave a villain as good as Bullseye and as good as I forget the actor's name, but as good as he played him, like he got one of the most laughable Marvel villains ever, and turned him into a full blown like psycho
Yeah,
that was
no,
just like so intimidating.
yeah, truly.
Wilson Bethel, that's who it was. Wilson Bethel.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, I didn't
I
know either.
I just don't really know where you take it from here. I'm still kind of cautious about Daredevil Born Again. It's awesome that we have Bernthal back, but
Yeah,
I mean, what was the episode count? 18? 18
yeah, that's
episodes?
wild.
I don't
That's
know.
probably that. Speaking of, we talked about this before we started recording. Actually, sorry to cut you off again.
There you go.
Speaking of them stretching out the phases,
Yeah.
maybe Daredevil airing for 3 months is part of part of how they plan to do that.
Damn, 3 months, dude. You're taking up a quarter of the year for a season of a show.
Yeah,
That's insane. Yeah, phase 6 reportedly not ending um, at the time that we thought it was. I have no idea if it's due to the strike. It could be due to the writer's strike that's going on. It's funny because my parents were actually watching the MTV Awards
oh yeah,
just
yeah,
now, and they were doing these weird segments to where usually if it's like a presenter like Jimmy, is it Kimmel? Jimmy
yeah,
Fallon?
yeah.
Jimmy
There's
Kimmel.
yeah, both of them. Yeah,
What one of them doing the Oscars, instead of having him go up there and like riff and do some bits and some jokes, they were just playing um, old segments of the MTV Awards
really.
because they don't have
Yeah,
writers there to like
yeah,
write the jokes or nothing. And so it's been very weird. People are also like putting shows on hold. I think Stranger Things, the Duffer Brothers said that they're not gonna write season 5 until
yeah.
this is all over. I think didn't a similar thing happen? I could just be super out of touch, but didn't a similar thing happen back then? Because I know one of the big things about Breaking Bad was they were originally going to kill Jesse off in the first season, and then the strike happened, and so they decided to just end it at episode 7, and then they saw how much people liked Jesse and kept him
Yeah, and
around.
they kept him
So if it
around. Yeah,
weren't for the strike, Jesse would have been killed off in season 1. And so I feel like a similar thing has happened a while back. I think this time it's more towards like streaming rights. Like if you're streaming, if you have like every season of Friends on like HBO Max, like that money's going directly to the company. It's not going to any of the writers. Whereas a rerun would benefit the writers involved. I'm not sure. I could have that all messed up. I don't want to spread
I've
misinformation, but
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to dance around it as much as possible, trying to talk about it. I've heard
yeah,
some of it has to do with like AI and stuff too, because
that too.
they're
Yeah,
trying to have AI write the majority of a story and then just hire writers on like a gig sort of basis to like
mm,
come in and fix whatever needs to be fixed from the AI script and that kind of thing. And
yeah,
so that's what I've heard, but I don't know how true that is. Um,
yeah. I'll
that's
have to
just
look
it's
into
like
it.
yeah, that's as much as like so many people talking about oh, all our TV shows and movies are going to suck now, just like back when they did in 2007 during the last writer's strike or whatever.
Yeah,
Like that's nice and all, but like you think about how like the fact that this is happening again so
yeah,
quickly. I
exactly.
mean,
It's like
and I say quickly, I guess, but like it's been almost 20 years, just 4 years shy of 20 years, but still, like that's I feel like in the grand scheme of things, like two large strikes like that when it comes to the entertainment industry, like that's kind of a big thing. And
well,
so,
yeah.
no, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say that's what I was getting at. Like, didn't we like if I'm like someone that's out of the loop, like with like everything going on, if we had this back when season one of Breaking Bad was airing and we're having it again now, like why are we having two strikes? Like, what do you have to
Mhm.
pay the goddamn
Yeah,
writers?
I know,
Um,
like that's crazy.
I'm looking at I'm just looking through Twitter right now. There's some signs that say Writers Guild on strike. ChatGPT doesn't have childhood trauma. Pay us or I will climb the Warner Brothers tower and release the Animaniacs. I swear to God. There's people like Pete
They
Davidson
should
was passing out pizza
pizza. Yeah, I've seen people
at
passing
the
out pizza and donuts and stuff.
yeah
They should storm Warner Brothers and release Batwoman, Batgirl. That's
yeah
what they should do. I'm trying to see that.
huge fumble. And then here it is right now. The 2023. Okay, well it just disappeared. Anyways, it was basically just confirming what I said. It said the 2023 MTV movie and TV awards will not have any like segments. Basically, they're just going to air old clips from previous years, which is insane.
Dang. And then
Yeah,
just after that, have the someone come up and read the award off. That's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah. And then SNL, obviously, because
Yeah,
um,
they're
they rely heavily on that.
and speaking of like Jimmy Kimmel and Jimmy Fallon and stuff, all the late night talk show hosts, I believe, said that they're stopping
Yeah, yeah,
until the
yeah.
writers get what they want. And then I think I saw that some of them are even like paying uh, some of their writers, some of the writers for their show or so their staff or something. They're
Hmm.
paying part of their salaries or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah. So, um, maybe because I think Blade is even on hold
Oh,
right
yep,
now
yep. I
for the
did see
writer
that.
strike.
I think I
So,
saw that today.
yeah, a lot of phase six, and then you you contrast that with the overall discussion of quality over quantity from Marvel that has been discussed since She-Hulk finale, and even after Ant-Man Quantumania. Things about Marvel taking their time with these TV shows, with these movies, and not really worrying about pushing out a certain amount in one year, more just taking a step back, kind of focusing more on special presentations and just giving us the good without without the filler or all the other stuff that comes with it. So lots of things have eventually led to, all of these things have led to 2026 not being the end date for phase six anymore, and it could possibly be pushed back a little bit longer. So your clickbait title of the day is phase six delayed, phase
Yeah.
seven delayed. So yeah.
Which I know you haven't seen Guardians yet. And Ben's talked about this a little bit, but as far as like when it comes to delaying projects and CGI, I don't know how much Guardians was delayed, if at all. I don't really remember.
Mhm.
But however much time they had, or whatever they special they did with that movie, oh my god, it looks so good. It looks so,
Yeah.
I genuinely I can't even remember a single shot that looked off CGI wise in the movie in my mind, in my eyes. Granted, somebody who's more heavy into how bad CGI looks sometimes might have seen something.
Yeah.
But for me, I can't remember a single thing that looked off. And so
That's
if
awesome.
you apply that kind of thing to the rest of the MCU and give them more time for that kind of thing. Granted, I think too much emphasis is put on CGI. I think also,
Mhm.
I feel like more emphasis should be put on the actual story that we're witnessing unfold right in front of us.
Yeah.
But if you, and Ben mentioned this in his review, but like if you compare this movie to Quantumania, literally a few months ago, it's like night and day.
Wow.
How I mean, not that Quantumania looks especially bad, but there's you can definitely tell when it looks pretty pretty not good. But
Yeah.
Guardians, you just there's nothing like that in my eyes. I didn't see. So
Awesome, dude. Hell yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to go see it tomorrow. Um, I have this tweet pulled up. We don't have to read the whole entire thing, but it does kind of sum up a little bit about the strike. Um, and so basically, it starts off as like, I was on a plane this weekend. Someone asked me, do I feel like I'm being mistreated? And so the lady goes on to explain something called mini rooms. So it says mini rooms are a way of television writing that is becoming more common. Basically, the studio hires a small group of writers, 3 to 6, and will employ them for just a few weeks. In those few weeks, they have to hurriedly figure out as much as they can about the show, about characters, plots, and outlines for episodes. At the end of the 6 weeks, all the writers are fired except for the showrunner, who has to write the entire series um, themselves based on the outlines. That's fucking
what the
insane.
hell, dude?
This is not a widespread practice, but it is something that's become more common over the years. Studios like it because instead of paying for a full room uh, or for the full length of the show, they just pay a handful of writers for the fraction of the show. It's not a huge problem now, but the WGA, Writers Guild of America, I believe, only gets the chance to make rules every 3 years. If we let this go for another 3 years and it becomes the norm, that would be devastating for the TV writing profession. And
That's
so
insane.
apparently, yeah. So she goes on to say mini rooms fucking suck, which is what we just explained, and that the WGA is proposing two things. One is a rule that writers have to be employed for the entire show, and a rule tying the numbers of writers in the room to the number of episodes you have per season. I don't think it's unreasonable. It's the way shows have run since the advent of television. It's only in the last couple of years that this has become a new thing. It's exploitative. I might have mispronounced that. It squeezes out everyone except showrunners and people who have the financial means to work only a few months a year. It makes television worse. And that is the issue in this strike that means everything to me. And that is why I voted yes on the strike authorization vote. Yo, that's a little
Damn,
fucking
bro.
insane right there,
Yeah,
bro.
no, that is what that's abhorrent, bro. Like, what the heck?
So you get people to come in, write an outline for characters, plots, and everything for 6 weeks, fire all of them, and then the showrunner has to make a whole show out of that themselves.
And you expect you
You
expect
expect the
the product to be of any sort of quality afterwards that you think it'll attract an audience to continue watching that product um, after you basically tried to have a group of people speed write it and then whatever didn't get done you make one person finish the rest of it.
Mhm.
That's insane.
And I guess that's also where kind of AI comes into play because they could be like, well, you know what? Look, we don't have to pay anybody. We can just have AI do this for us in a couple days, and then the showrunner can just go off of that. Then, boom, you don't have to pay writers at all. You don't have to pay for these mini rooms of 3 to 6 people to come in and do in 6 weeks what AI can do in a couple days or whatever. So I'm guessing that's also where AI comes to play because they're like, all right, y'all don't want us to do the mini rooms. Y'all don't want us to do basically what they've been doing. We'll just get AI to do it. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that's interesting. I didn't really read up on that until just now. So
Yeah, no, I didn't either. So that's, I mean, now we're informed. I like that though. That's crazy. Um,
um, there's another quick piece of news on the writers' strike. Uh, Hassan Piker and Adam Conover are striking for the WGA outside of a Disney Plus shoot for the Wonder Man TV show right now. if we shut this shoot down, Disney is going to lose a couple $100,000. The more of these we shut down, the sooner the strike ends. So I guess Wonder
Mm,
Man's filming. I did hear about Wonder Man going into
yeah,
production and shooting. So I guess Wonder Man is kind of starting to get affected by it a little bit as well. So just something
yeah.
to hang
That's
on to and keep an eye out for.
now that you mention it, I forgot that I saw that they had started filming Wonder Man as well.
Didn't they
Um,
have? Isn't that where the whole Mephisto stuff came from, or was it Agatha that he was tied to? Sasha
I think it
Baron
was
Cohen as
I think it was
Mephisto.
Agatha. I think it was Agatha
I could
coming.
have
Yeah.
sworn I also saw something about Wonder Man. But were you gonna move on to something
Yeah,
else?
I think just to um try to lighten it up a bit, I guess. Not that that is something that should be lightened up. Like it's something that needs to be discussed 100%, and it needs to be
Yeah.
changed because that's ridiculous. Uh, but um, damn it, I forgot my train of thought.
Ding, 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 ding,
I forgot.
ding. Was it The Last of Us?
No, I was that because that one was so short. I was gonna. But you know what? Let's make it The Last of Us. I'll think of the other one while we're talking about The Last of Us.
Go for it.
Um, but yeah, no, the to change it up a little bit, The Last of Us. This was kind of already a news story, I thought in my mind, but um, Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin were on stage somewhere doing some sort of interview, and they were asked about the production of season 2 of The Last of Us and when that could begin, and they said that they are months, not years away. So, um, and let me clarify again that that is the production of season 2. That is not the premiere of season 2. That
Yeah.
was a lot of confusion when they posted that on Twitter. The way a lot of the people who posted about it, they just said that season 2 is months, not years away. Um, but that's not accurate. It's just the production of season 2 is set to begin in months, which still means we're going to be getting season 2 a lot faster than I probably thought we were going to, which
Mm-hmm.
makes me happy. I think that's going to be the case for a lot of shows coming up, which makes me excited. I think The Boys season 4 just finished, if I'm correct. I know some actors
Yeah.
finished on it. I know Anthony Starr finished his Homelander stuff on the show. I saw he posted about that. I don't know if the I'm just not entirely sure if the entire show finished filming for the whole season. But also Robert Kirkman in a I think a somewhat recent interview said that Invincible after this is the longest wait that we're gonna have between
Dude,
seasons.
it's
I
been a
know, yeah,
while.
it's been 2 years
Like
since
longer than and they don't have
yeah
COVID to use as a
yeah
damn. I
it's
mean,
been
I'm
so
excited.
long
I
yeah
think it'll be worth the wait either way. But yeah, they took a like way longer than I thought
yeah
they
yeah
would.
because it started I think it finished airing around this time in 2021
Hmm.
because it was airing at the same time that The Falcon and the Winter Soldier was. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, Robert Kirkman said that this is going to be the longest wait, which he might have just meant between season 1 and 2, and then the wait between season 2 and 3 is going to be much shorter because they were working on both at the same time. Uh, I if it gets picked up for a season 4, which I'm sure it probably will,
Hmm.
I'm sure he can't really speak to how long we'll have to wait for that, but
Yeah.
maybe they're kind of dialing things in and they'll be able to get it down to a faster science or something.
Yeah. You know what's gonna be kind of crazy, bro? When The Boys season 4 comes out, that'll be the first TV show that we get to cover twice since the podcast started.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And with that
Or
being said, or
oh
what?
no,
What was the other one? You're
never,
thinking
no,
about
no, no.
Disney Plus shows?
Yeah, I was thinking of Loki, but we didn't cover Loki. We weren't. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
yeah, yeah.
weren't a
True, true,
podcast
true.
when Loki was around.
So yeah, it'll be The Boys season. Will be the first time we get to cover an extra season of a
Multiple
TV
seasons of
show.
a TV show. That's
And two
crazy.
days ago, the podcast turned 1 years old. So
That's
big round of applause.
crazy.
This is
That is
beautiful,
insane. That is
beautiful
insane.
milestone right there.
That
And
is
so
crazy.
yeah, with The Boys coming out and then Invincible we didn't get to cover, and then Last of Us season 2 should probably be the second unless unless like Miss Marvel season 2 or
Or if
whatever
they do
comes
like a
out.
Moon Knight. Or no, we didn't do Moon Knight either, did we? No, we didn't do Moon Knight.
I
I'm
think we
tripping.
might have had the ability to, but we just didn't because me and Ben did the first couple episodes, which, dude, I don't even I like nobody. Please, nobody go back and listen to that first episode. It is horrible. Like the quality of my mic, the thumbnails are like so bad. I was like, it's funny because Ben was like, I was covering it on Ben's when he had a podcast, and so he was like, "Well, let's do this Road to Kenobi thing, and then Kenobi series can come out." And so I was like, "All right, cool." So we covered episodes 1 through 3 of Star Wars, the prequels, and so I was like, "All right, bro, you ready to knock out episode 1?" And he was like, "Yeah, we're doing it on yours, right?" And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Oh my god!" So I was like, "Okay," so I had to think of like an intro, and I'm like, "Welcome back to my very first
Welcome
podcast
back.
episode." Or I was like, "Welcome to my very first uh podcast episode." And dude, it's so, and like my mic quality is horrible. It's rough. And then you came on, and me and you did our first video. I want to say, when was this? I don't know oh wait, no. I
Bro
really
just
want to
threw
go
you into
look.
the pond and told you to swim.
Basically, bro. But it's funny because me and you hopped on. I can't find the damn date, but it was 11 months ago. Oh, May 19th. So May 19th will be exactly a year
Oh,
from when me and you first hopped on
damn.
an episode together, and we were talking about the She-Hulk trailer. I actually want to go back and listen to that one because I want to see, like,
Oh
we're talking
my
about
god.
Deadpool and a lot of fun stuff like that. So podcast has come a
Dang, that was
long
back
way.
before we knew that Hugh Jackman was going to be in Deadpool. If we were talking about Deadpool,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I think they had dropped they dropped something. It might have just been an image. I don't know. I'll go back and listen to that episode, and see, because I was just like, I don't know anything about this Charlie dude, but like, let's go for it, and let's go ahead and record
Let's
a
give
little
it a
episode.
shot.
And
That's crazy.
yeah, so here we are now. So that pretty much
Yeah,
covers
I can't think
everything.
of
You
any
can't remember
other
the other
news.
thing?
Yeah, that's why I was trying to. Maybe I just made it up in my head because I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to talk about. Um,
Yeah, you can't remember the thing that slipped your mind?
yeah, I can't.
Mm.
Maybe no, no. That's
I
like that's Dune.
I will pull, yeah, Dune. They dropped a trailer
Yeah,
for part 2. We
which was
watched
actually
that.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I wasn't like the biggest fan of the first. I mean, I thought it was good. I thought it was a good movie, but I thought it was. Um, I don't know if overhyped is the word, but
Mhm.
um, yeah, sure, overhyped. I'll say that. I don't know. I'm excited to see where it goes because I want more Zendaya, bro. Zendaya was hardly
Yeah,
in the first one.
that's what I'm saying. They, like, marketed her all throughout the trailers, and then
Yeah,
they was just like, "Oh, here she is in the last, like, 20, 30 minutes." Dune was weird. It was weird. I loved it. Like, I really did like the movie a lot, but, like, looking back on it, I'm just kinda like, I don't know. It is very, like, it's a very beautiful movie.
yeah,
Um, Set design, locations, it's all, like, amazing to look at. I can only imagine that maybe part 2 will be better because, like, we go into the theater and it's like, "All right, Dune, this is gonna be nice," and then all of a sudden it's Dune part 1, and you're like, "Okay, so now I'm only getting the first part of this story
yeah.
that." So, I don't know. Hopefully, part 2 makes up for it. I did wanna pull this up a little bit, because I don't think we ever got to talk about this.
Oh, we didn't.
The
Um,
Last of Us season 2 poster, officially confirming a interesting character.
oh,
The
dude,
hand of, or the forearm, the huge forearm
she's jacked, bro. She's
of Abby
jacked.
with a
She's
hammer.
jacked.
Dude, I was actually surprised that they posted this as, like, almost
No,
as soon as,
yeah.
like, the show ended. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Like, they're already teasing her out, like, that's
Yeah,
insane.
bro. Like, think of all the people that don't even know. Like, they just watch the show.
They're
They're
just
like, "What
like,
the
"Oh
hell
my
does this
god."
mean?"
Exactly. Um So, Last of Us season 2, teasing Abby. I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss the more we get to it, the more news we get. That'll be really fun. And then eventually, when we hit a season 2 of The Last of Us, oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god. I mean, I'm excited to see how they do it because we've had discussions about how we think they should do like the flashback stuff from part two, and I'm going to try
Mhm.
not to spoil anything for part two here. They should do the flashback stuff from part two first, and then build into everything afterwards with season three and onward. And so,
Yeah.
and I agree. I think that's the way they should do it. So I'm excited to see if that's the way they take it, or if they're planning on doing it the traditional way. But
Yeah.
it should be
It'll be
interesting for
interesting.
sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I'm so excited. That's like the only, it's like, it'll be interesting. I can't give out too much. All right, that does it for the news. We're gonna try something. We did a little a little test run of it. As the show goes on, um, we can see how this progresses. So we will do a guess the Marvel character. One of us is gonna have a Marvel character in mind. The other person is going to have 45 seconds to a minute to guess the character that we are thinking of. So I have my character in mind. We'll do yes or no questions. You can name off and try and narrow it down as much as you can. Um, and we'll see where this goes. This might be a really rough first try, but like I said, we'll try and do this every episode we get and see where it goes from there. So I will put up my timer right now.
Oh my gosh.
And then,
45 seconds.
maybe we can do, maybe Charlie can think of one, we can do two next week. Charlie's whatever, we'll see what happens. This is all fresh. Charlie, I'll give you a minute.
Okay.
Charlie, you have 1 minute to guess the Marvel character in mind. Your time starts now.
Male or female?
Male.
Male. Introduced in phase 4.
Yes.
Okay. Do they have actual superpowers?
Yes.
Oh, you kind of hesitated there.
Yeah.
Bucky. No. That's fuck, dude. Why am I so dumb with this? Oh my god, I get dumb when it comes to this stuff. Okay.
30 seconds.
John Walker, is that his name? The Captain America
Oh,
guy?
no.
Damn it. Were they in Eternals?
No.
Were they in a TV show or a movie?
TV show.
Oh,
8 seconds.
Loki.
No.
You said introduced in phase 4, huh? Dude. Oh my
Final
god.
guess.
Mobius.
Arthur Harrow.
Oh my god, bro. I hate Moon Knight. I never would have guessed that,
I
bro.
knew you were. I knew you were just gonna completely like knock Moon Knight out. You were like, I'm not even.
I
Thinking about
forgot
Moon
his
Knight.
name was Arthur, bro. I would have said Ethan Hawke. That's what
So
I
you know
would have
who
said.
who I was gonna go with first? The
Who?
Scarlet Scarab.
I wouldn't have got that,
I
bro.
don't even
From
remember her
from
name.
Miss Marvel.
No, from Moon Knight. What's her
Wait,
face?
what?
What's her name? Oh my goodness. I just know her as the Scarlet Scarab. Um,
Is that Layla?
Layla.
Oh, why is it called Scarlet?
I was
She
gonna
ain't
go
even
with
red.
Layla or Scarlet Scarab.
That is a dumb name for her. It's not even red. It doesn't
I
make
knew you were just
sense.
gonna completely gloss over Moon Knight. That's
Oh my
funny, dude.
god, bro. I should have asked the TV show question sooner, bro. I should have
Yeah,
asked that
it's
sooner.
gonna
Like
it's
that
gonna
should.
take it's gonna be a process. Do you want to do one on me? And
Yeah,
we'll see
yeah.
how I feel on the receiving end of it because we practiced one before we recorded with
I got you
me.
right now.
Okay,
I
you
already
got
got
me.
one.
All
I
right,
already got
go
one.
ahead and put the timer up.
Yeah, hold up. Okay, are you ready?
All right, yes or no questions. Guess the Marvel character. Minute.
Yeah, you got a minute.
Okay, I'm ready.
Ready and go.
All right. Are they in phase one,
No.
phase two,
No.
phase three,
No.
phase four? Okay, yes,
Yes.
phase four. Is it a TV show?
No.
Okay. Are they in No Way Home?
No.
Shang-Chi?
No.
Eternals?
Yes.
Eternals. Is it any of the Eternals?
Yes.
Okay. Oh shit. Cersei, Icarus.
No. No.
Um. Oh my God.
25 seconds.
Okay. 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 Sprite.
Yes. Damn it, dude. You're so
Yeah.
much
Let's
better than me at this. I
go.
hate you so much. Oh my God.
Ah.
Had 20 seconds on the board left. I
I'm
hate
built
this, man.
different. All
That's
right.
crazy.
Take this week to study up, or take these
I gotta
next
get
couple of
faster with the
days.
questions. You were just like bang, bang, bang. I was like, damn, I gotta phase one, phase two, phase three. I gotta do that. That's what I gotta do.
Oh man, dude, when I was like, "Is it any of the Eternals?" Yes. Fuck.
I was hoping you weren't gonna remember their names.
Damn, I got you with Moon Knight. You got me with Eternals. It's only fair. Charles Jacobson, fun to be back. It's good to be back. Tomorrow, got to go
Very
watch
much is.
Guardians. Do your research because tomorrow we're running it back, and we'll see. Right now, what is it? 1-0. 1-0. I already
Oh,
got that
bro.
lead. I will take
You're the
that.
most obscure. Oh, I hate you so much, bro. Holy
Oh, dude, and what's
shiznit.
funny is after Sprite, I didn't even know. I was like, "Who's the other one? Gilgamesh?" Like, I was like, after that, dude, I get like Druid now is coming to mind. Um, damn, so I'm already tapping out. Like,
I should have done Druid, bro. That actually, yeah.
dude, that really would have. I would have been like, dude, I don't remember his name. It was very fun.
Oh
That
man,
was so much fun.
that
Um,
was.
it'll be good to clip those out. Charlie, it was awesome as always to talk to you. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm watching Guardians. Gonna try and sneak an episode into not tomorrow night. If not, for sure, one of the next couple of days because
Yeah.
based on everything I'm seeing, I feel like we're gonna have a lot to talk about. So it'd be very fun. And
Amen.
yeah, that has been episode 46, I believe. A quick little hour episode, catching up on all the news, catching up the fans, the 4 fans that listen to us weekly. We are back and better than ever. So that does it for this episode. Thank you for listening. Thank you for giving us your time. Check the link tree in the bio for all of Charlie's stuff, all of Ben's stuff, and everywhere you can find this here podcast. And so, yeah, that is it from us. Peace.
Adios.